Hotep Senuhena Senut Tiran Ishakanugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is on my main channel, forever. It's Yarah. Thanks for the nice welcome. On my second channel, which is Shakanugu Kemet, it is Hebrew Israelite Yarah gave a nice welcome to Shakanugu Kemet, in parentheses, Ma'at forever. So I am streaming on both channels. I hope you're doing well. Now, I'm going to check the sound quality. Just give me one moment. Sounds good on my end. Now, I'm just going to share. Sorry, I'm going to share this live stream on both my channel. So, and I'm going to tag Yarah so he knows that I thank him for the nice welcome he did for me. Just give me one moment. Give me one moment. It won't be long. Community. And then I'm going to tag him. There it is, so he knows. And now I'm going to share this on my main channel. My second channel. Community. All right, it's done. So I can go to my main channel again. All right. So let me see who's in the place to be. Love My Fro is in the place to be. Sunshine and Rain is in the place to be. Oh, Cat, hey, what's up? How you doing, sister? She's in the place to be. V. Bennett is in the place to be. Now, let me do the fair use disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for common news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Now, there's a link if anybody wants to get on the panel, but I'm going to play what happened. Now, for the record, I just want to say it. I think he knows. there was a time when I was on a panel that many people know. What's up, King K? How you doing? Hotep to you. He's in a place to be. And of course, we did not share the same opinion. But there was another time, many of you have not heard it, and he was actually on Chris MVP Harris' panel, and he had some words towards me. I don't think he used profanity, but he was like, uh, let's say, not the nicest way, and that's why I made a video, and that's why I had a nickname for him. So I think he knows. So from now on, I'm not planning on using that nickname for him. It's like the Judah Nasra guy. I had a nickname for him as well, but when I told him, look, you said that you wish that somebody, something happens to somebody, so I remember he said that he apologized for that. What I'm saying? So I stopped using that nickname. So just for the record. But there's also another time now, I forgot on which platform it was, but he said, yeah, I'll slap you back to France or wherever you come from and all that. What I'm saying? But anyway, I let bygones be bygones. What I'm saying? So that being said, you can see what happens. At first on my feed, I saw this stream, you see, were Hyksos Africans, Kushites, or Asiatics, I'm like, all right, we're going to talk about the Hyksos. Okay, all right. And I listened to a few seconds, and then I was driving, and I listened again, and I heard that he read something where they were saying that Kushites, I'm sorry, that the Heka Hasut were Kushites, something to that effect. So I thought, what, hey, I'm gonna call and we'll see what happens, So Young Hero is in the place to be as well. And then you can hear what happened. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm even gonna be let on the panel or whatever, because there's so many people who said so many different things. But anyway, so let me share the link to his live stream if people are interested. They will know where to listen to the full thing. But I'll go on at around 2 hours and 26 minutes. So here's the link in the chat. Okay, and take advantage. The chat is open to subscribers. For now, a lot of time when I live stream is only for members, but this time it's just for subscribers. So, it doesn't cost a thing. So let's listen.
Oh, man, this is his first time gracing my panel, so I appreciate him being here, man. Oh, that's Sarah said, but hold on. I want to say shout out to my brother Shaka and Dulu on the panel, man. This is his first time gracing my panel, so I appreciate him being here, man, with his knowledge and wealth and understanding that he can add to the topic, man. So I really appreciate him showing up, man, and your commentary is welcome. So shout out to you, brother, for being here.
Peace. Tell me when I can speak, because I don't know if it's somebody else's turn.
Was you ready to jump? Was you ready to jump in, Andrew?
Yeah, I just wanted to give something quick. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shaka though. I rock with his content too. But no, the brother that was just speaking, man, I don't know if that was like a thought exercise, if he was just, following logic, but he is on point. He is on point with science. When he's talking about the women and how they named their kids and stuff. We actually have scientific journals talking about the Hyksos women and how they intermarried with Egyptians, and that was kind of how they did the uprising. We look at it as an invasion, but they were actually like immigrants who kind of wandered in slowly over the years, and numbers went up, and a lot of their women intermarried. So what he's saying, I just wanted to just jump in there and say, bro, you spitting, you on the right route with that. But I didn't want to take away from too much. But let's go.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, brother Shaka. It's on you, family. Appreciate you being here.
All right, thank you. Well, peace to everybody. I cannot really see all the names because I'm driving, but the Yarah's live stream came on my feed earlier, and I've heard a little bit. So I'm not sure if Yarah, you were reading somebody, but you stated that Chancellor Williams, you name
I had no idea that my volume was so loud when I was, in my car, you know. But anyway, this is for the record.
Another scholar, I
Mhm.
forgot the name. You said that Chasut, from Heka Chasut, has something to do
Clyde
with
Winter.
Kush. Am I correct?
Mhm.
And
Yes,
I
that's
will respect.
based on Clyde. That's what I've been saying the entire presentation.
Yeah, hold on. There's a police. Maybe you can hear the. Okay, it's gone. Now I will. Can you say the name of
Okay.
the person who claimed that, please? I didn't catch it.
Oh, uh, yeah, it's like I said, I was basing it on Clyde Winter's work, just really going into what the work that he was showing. And like I
Okay,
said
okay,
before, earlier presentation, in regards to this, he goes. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Clive Winters. That's a brother who said that he deciphered the Maoritic script, isn't it?
Yes, that's him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
absolutely.
sometimes he makes what I call exotic claims, but I just want to say I'm not an expert, but I'm very
Mhm.
familiar with the hieroglyphic, with the Medu Nature. I've been giving classes for years, and I can state, with confidence
Mhm.
that the
Yes.
word chasut or chesed has nothing to do with Kush. This is something that I can say, comfortably. And whoever says that, it is just a mistake. It is just wrong.
Mhm. Mhm. And
And
so
also,
again, as I was
yes,
saying,
yes.
in regards to no, go ahead. I don't want to cut you. Go ahead.
Oh, yes, thank you. And also, if people want to see Hyksos, maybe you
He got
talked
a
about
delay.
this before I got. Oh, you don't hear me? You, you don't hear me?
Nah, we hear you.
Oh, you okay? Thank you. Yes, maybe you talked about this before, but there is the painting from the tomb in Beni Hassan, and here we see some Hyksos because we do have the word Hega Hasut,
Mhm.
and we also have many depictions of Asiatics.
So what I propose to do is to show you this painting from Benny Hassan when we can see some Hyksos. But let me just share this here. I would like everybody to subscribe to my second channel. Subscribe to my second channel. Now you have the link here in the chat. Now, V. Bennett wrote that Clive Winter said that the Olmec language is related to Malian language. Now, Malian language, is it like language from Mali or what is it? Malian language. I've never heard of Malian language. Okay, you probably mean the language of Mali. Okay. And I mean, I heard so many, like I said, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I use the term exotic claims. I heard so many strange claims from coming from him, so nothing will surprise me at this point. I used to believe it also because he said so, lol. And Sunshine and Rain wrote that um he or she heard of Clive Winters, and yes, we've been admitted from Mali. So just so you can see this Benny Hassan. So if I put Benny, actually, well, you have an entry on Wikipedia. Actually, if you put Hyksos, it will show. So here, do they have the full one? Yes, they do. So in the chat, I'm sharing the people's favorite. This is the Wikipedia entry for Hyksos, as you can see. And right here is just an excerpt, But it says a man described as Abisha the Hyksos, you know. I would not read it Abisha, but it's okay. It's okay. So the full one, when you go down, is here. So at the top, oh, I thought that both will show. At the bottom, you have the reconstruction. What's the other term they use? I forgot. But basically, it's a painting, reproduction. I think I said reconstruction. It's a reproduction, okay. But at the top, you have the original, okay. So here you do have Hekacheset, and here you have his name. So Ibsha. I will read it Ibsha, but it's not the end of the world, But for those who know the Meta Nature, that's a relief. That's the leg. This one, if I'm not mistaken, stands for Shah, and this is just single stroke, so there's no sound for the single stroke here. And so you can see those Asiatics label, Hyksos, and here you can see the ancient Egyptian. So if you look at the skin tone, it's really not the same at all, And as a matter of fact, my next stream that I was planning on doing is, again, Black ancient Egyptian, some depictions that I haven't shown, but I don't know, it depends how long this one goes, But so you will know where to find this one, and it is indeed located at Beni Hassan, and this is 1900 BC. So we can go back to the discussion we had.
From ancient Egypt, we have plenty of paintings, and they are definitely not Black people, but feel free.
Yeah. Actually, I agree with that.
So again, I do know that there.
My bad.
I would say there's different
Go
groups of
ahead.
Hyksos.
That's the delay.
I would say there's different various
Yeah,
various
it's a delay
groups of
somewhere.
Hyksos.
No, I think I rock with Chaco on what he just said.
Yeah, and that's what we were
they
bringing out here.
I think it's a mistake when they say they think that they're Kushite. I believe that a little bit of that was lost in the translation. Sometimes we use the words for foreigners was put on Nubians as well as from other people. So sometimes those words can kind of cross over a little bit. But if we look at the actual drawings, if we look at the mummies that was found, they just found like 77 mummies. They just found some severed hands from like in last month in February, and they've been doing DNA and all that stuff, and they appear to be Asiatics. Like, and when I say Asiatic, I'm being nice. They're really Syrians. That's what my research showed. So I think Shaka's right that they were not Kushites or they were not Nubians. But that's just my piece. Big KMT.
Yeah, there were a group of Syrians, Hyksos that came in. The scriptures tell you that.
So I wanted to, absolutely. And so this is why I wanted to have Shaka's understanding on this hieroglyphic. I wanted to show it real quick. Just show it real quick. Let me go to the presentation. And let me just go back.
I want to state something on the Syrians because you know that there's two types
And
of
get his
Syrians.
understanding if he could see my screen.
Right ahead.
Yeah, because the original Syrians are Negroid, but there was another group that took over and was calling themselves the Syrians.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with
that. Yeah.
We clearly see that in the information.
See
so, Brother Shaka, can you see my screen? Oh,
well, what I can see is the text. Yes, yeah.
How you doing, Killer Cat? Killer Cat.
Sorry, hi. Sorry, I didn't change my name. Hi, Shaka. How you doing?
I'm chilling. How about yourself?
I'm good. Do you know what? I want to ask you something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to what you were replaying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always find it interesting when people want to talk about who these specific people are, i.e., Nubians or Kushites. That's an interesting conversation because for some reason, every time when I say that I'm a Nubian or a Kushite, right, there's always some argument around that topic. But why is it that African Americans are obsessed about who is a Nubian and who is a Kushite? Because really, that has nothing to do with you. If we want to identify as a Nubian or a Kushite, that's up to us because that's us. That's me. That's my people. How are you as an American going to tell me how I can identify as a Nubian or a Kushite? I'm confused, in the context of like the whole conversation around Kemet, right? We know
Well,
what Nubian.
I'm not
Sorry,
sure if I understand your question, but I don't think they're telling people from the Sudan or from southern Egypt, how they should identify. I really don't think that Black Americans do that.
No, they really do. They actually do. As someone who is Sudanese, when I go around these spaces, they have an opinion of how I should identify, just given off what they see on camera with me, right? Or see my phenotype. So I've even had people say, well, you look mixed, or you look like you're maybe Arab, or you look like this, so you can't speak on, what new. Well, actually, no, I am exactly the kind of person that you're talking about. I'm actually the phenotype that you're talking about on those walls. So how dare you then now question me about who I am now that you see it in real life, the personification of what you're talking about. Now
Oh, feel free.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like I'm just saying from my experience, they do it to me a lot. And like, how are you going to tell me that I don't look like those people when you see exactly those people drawn on the walls that look like me and my people? I don't get it. Somehow we're supposed to be West African or have West African phenotypes and be from across the continent when that's not the truth of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is that if people tell you, well, you look a certain way, I don't think they are telling you that you should identify as such as such.
Hang on, Tonya said you are not what? Hang on 1 second. Let me see.
I don't know what she means.
Yeah, can you clarify that? What do you mean? I'm not what? This is the kind of shit this is what I'm talking about.
Well, we can talk. We can talk definitely. But what's for sure is that there's good and bad everywhere. So maybe some Black Americans told you that, but I don't think the majority of them will feel the same way. It's just like when there's some FBA people, what I'm saying, who talk bad about Caribbeans and Africans. I know it's not all Black Americans who do that. It's just some. Just some. Now, Tanya wrote, "That's like us in America claiming to be the original inhabitants." But I don't really understand what you're trying to say, Tanya. I really don't understand. But feel free, Kat. And let me say,
there are Black Americans that claim to be the original inhabitants of America. If you've not been listening or paying attention, they are.
Yes,
that claim
they
to
are.
be. Right. So we can have that conversation, darling. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm not what. I want you to clarify that point. I want you to either put it in writing or you can hit the link, sweetheart. So I'm not what. I'm African. I was born in Sudan, sweetheart. Why am I not of? What people am I not of? I'm confused. This is the thing. This is the kind of. But this is the thing, Shaka. This is the kind of brainwashed bullshit that I don't like. That they say I'm not something when they don't know where the fuck they're. Oh, sorry, I don't want to say so much. But when they don't,
I don't think Tonya knew that you were from the Sudan. I don't think she knew that.
Well, she assumed something.
Yeah, well, people assume a lot of things. People assume a lot of things, But feel free, Kat, if you want to touch on anything else. And you inspired V Bennett because he has a scheduled live stream. He was supposed to do it yesterday, but
I saw
he's gonna have
that.
the part two. Yes.
I
Hmm.
saw that. I subscribed to his channel and I saw that and I was like, yes, I'm up there. I'm gonna be. That's the conversation I wanted to have. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
but it didn't
I'm gonna share
happen.
the
I was
link in the
waiting for
chat.
it, and I stayed up, V Bennett, and you let me down. It didn't happen, but hopefully we can do that another time. But please, I
Yeah.
want to have that conversation, and I think that'll be
It is
good.
scheduled for yeah, yeah, it is scheduled for tomorrow, Sunday. Sorry, Monday, March 11. Now 10 p.m. That's gonna be 4 p.m. EST. And it's gonna be 10 p.m. our time. So 4 p.m. EST tomorrow. You have the link in the chat. What I'm saying, if you're not subscribed to V Bennett, then you might as well subscribe. What I'm saying. Now Tonya wrote, I was saying that not all Black Americans try to force someone to identify in a particular manner. All right. Well,
Well, no one asks Americans to identify anybody about anything. I want you to know that, right? No African asks an American, how should I identify? Nobody does that. No American or no European asks an American how we should identify. Like that notion that says that you are so ignorant to the fact that you think you can tell us, okay, how we should identify. You are the newest nation, if anything, on this goddamn earth. How are you going to tell me as an African how I should identify, or a European should identify, or an Asian should identify? We classify ourselves in the way that we choose. The same way that we allow you to call yourselves African Americans, we allowed you to call yourself Negroes, colored. Okay, you can identify yourself any way you want, right? We never told you shit, so you can't tell me how to identify myself. Okay, right? I'm lost. What ideology? Like, you just kind of spouted something and you just left it hanging up there. I don't know where you're coming from, sweetheart.
but Tonya, if you want to get on a
Trying to
panel,
be.
feel free. Feel free. My only requirement is that people, use a webcam. Now, Kat, she use a webcam, so she's not anonymous or unidentified. So if you want to get on the panel, I'm going to share the link again, and anybody else also can join the discussion. Um, One has a right to identify as however they choose. Yeah, well, I think you are both in agreement on that.
Exactly.
Now, whether that's accurate or not, that's another debate, because many people indeed claim to be indigenous to America, and also you have some people who claim to be, Hebrew Israelites, that they think that they descend from Canaan, and some have that 12 tribe chart, which is totally made up. And we have some Black Muslims, who feel like they are descending from Arabia. And not only is not the case, they don't descend from that place, but the people from the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad, 7th century, the inhabitants of Arabia were not Black. They're just white, like in the surrounding
Okay.
areas.
I could argue that fact, but this is the thing. This is obsession about being an Asiatic or Asiatic Black man. This kind of ideology. Listen, it's okay. For me, do I believe that Islam or people in the Arabian Peninsula in those times were of a darker hue, closer to black? Yes, I believe that personally. Right?
I'm sorry, can you come again, please?
Just of their skin color, I would say yes. The people in the Arabian Peninsula, in the Levant, right, were of a darker complected people. Do I think they were of the Negro race or whatever you think that is, like West African stock, that these people were? No. If anything, they might have been of East African stock, perhaps. West African, I'm sorry, no. And this is what we touched on when I was up here.
I'm sorry, do they look East African to you?
Well, these are modern Arabs. These are people from. These are people from Saudi or Qatar or wherever they're from, Jordan.
Yeah, those are Saudis. I basically put Saudis in a search engine.
Listen, have Saudis always look like this? if we look back, show me a Saudi from, I don't know if there's even an image from Saudis of the 1800s, and it's probably going to look very different from this.
Well, I'm ready if anybody can share. But the thing is that what a lot of
Or
people
just
do
lay it out.
online, yeah, a lot of people what they do online, particularly on Facebook, but now you have other social network, TikTok and all that, and what's the name, Instagram. They show some pictures, and sometimes they are paintings, but they show some pictures and they say, oh, this is this tribe, this tribe of Arabians. But a lot of time they do show paintings as well, and they claim look original inhabitants. So basically they show some black people and then they claim that those are Arabs. But
But
most
this
of
is
the time,
you have to know what does Arab mean? To be Arab, it means like you're literally like a mixture, right? It's like the earliest descriptors of like a mixed people, right? So
well,
you
when I
can
say
be from,
Arab, I mean an inhabitant of the Arabian Peninsula. That's what I
yeah,
mean.
but who inhabited Arabia first?
First, I don't know. When you say first, what time period are you
Okay,
talking about?
so do you believe in the I don't know. Like I don't know what you believe. Like
Feel
okay,
free, feel
so
free. Oh, I don't believe much. Believing is not knowing.
okay, so who were when the out of Africa occurred? Where did you think they went?
Oh, the out of Africa, those are days that I don't deal with.
You
The
don't.
out of Africa, that's like several thousand years BC.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, that's kind of out
Okay.
of my lane. But I
Okay.
heard they say that they left Africa, they went to Asia, and then they came back. But
Yeah.
once again, when I talk about Prophet Muhammad, the Arabs of the 7th century, because you
Yeah.
see, did you see that Beni Hassan depiction? Now this is not Arabia, of course, but this is very close. Have you ever seen that one before?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So those people we don't know for sure, but most likely what we call the Hyksos were from Syro-Palestine. So that's the
Okay.
same region. It's not Arabia per se, but that's the same region. Now there's a French scholar called Lenormand. He argued that the Hyksos, may have come from Arabia, but I don't think there's many people, and that's like a while back. But from the surrounding areas, we have
Mm-hmm.
depictions of Asiatics. Now, this one is once again 1900 BC, so that's nearly 2000 BC.
Mm.
That's what they look like, and it's very consistent. I actually have a video called "White Semites Black Awakening." Because a lot of time when I go to museums, I'm going to share that video. A lot of time when I
Hang
go
on
to
a minute.
museums,
Can I ask you something though? Can we
yes,
talk
feel free.
about the picture that we're looking at?
Yeah, you okay? Yeah,
Because
please
it
feel
seems
free.
like it's cut off. I don't see the whole image, but if you look, if these are those people that you're describing, then you're going up further into like who are, and it seems like they're getting darker and darker. Let's see what's
Okay,
going
hold on.
on.
I'll
Is this like
be
a
with you.
sacrifice? Is
I'll
this?
be with you. No, hold
Mm,
on. This is the video for whoever's interested. White Semites Black Awakening. For those who don't know, for years I've been claiming that the Semites were white skinned. Now the yes, we do have darker ones here, but those two they are Egyptians.
yes.
But those
Yeah.
but those are Asiatics. So
So
it's
that
not
one
the
at the
same.
front, that one behind, yeah, and then these are people that
No, just
they
those
look
two. Just those two.
they're doing an
This one is an Asiatic.
offering of yeah, they're doing an animal
Mhm,
offering, right? Yeah, that's fine. But what is that
mhm.
supposed to prove?
But this is a depiction of these Asiatics, and we can see that the skin tone is different. It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, we
So
know.
the answer is
Well, there's. I don't even know what it means to be. They didn't call themselves Asiatics, so this is some newfangled term. Like they're Hyksos, right? Or people that had some connection to Egypt or that part of the world, North African, Mediterranean, or Levant, right?
don't understand your question. Can you rephrase it for me?
Where? Who are these? Okay, who are these people? Who are these people that they said? Who are these?
Those people. Well,
Mm.
Amu is the main term that they had for Asiatics. That's what we
Amu.
translate as Asiatic. Amu, yes, Amu.
So, like I
They
said,
had other.
Asiatic people, right? So that's what I mean.
That's
So
how
the
we.
Asiatic, yeah.
Feel
So
free.
they could be from North Africa, the Mediterranean, or from the Levant, right?
Well, it's difficult to say exactly where. Now, when it comes to the Hyksos, those who invaded and got kicked out, by the rulers of the late 17th dynasty, early 18th dynasty, Amos and his family, um, they went back over there, and from their names also, they have names that can tie them to Syro-Palestine. So I wouldn't say North Africa. I wouldn't say so, but it's difficult to say exactly where. But most likely that's where they came from. They came from the area called Syro-Palestine. So maybe Syria, maybe Canaan, but this area,
You
this
wouldn't
area.
say North Africa, even though this depiction that you're showing is of in Africa.
Well, this is in Egypt indeed.
In
This is in
Africa,
Africa,
yeah.
but
Okay.
those people, they were not indigenous.
They came outside, and they came all the way to Egypt to pay homage and sacrifice and give gifts to
Well,
who? Who is this person that they're giving to?
well, this it's a tomb of, I think his name ends with Hotep. I forgot his name. I don't think it's, is it Knum Hotep? Yes, it's Knum Hotep. See here, a group of Asiatic foreigners, possibly Canaanites. So Wikipedia says possibly Canaanites, but many people wrote, labeled as Amu. Once again, that's the main term for Asiatics, including the leading man with a Nubian ibex. I don't know if you say ibex in English. Labeled as Abishar the Hyksos, tomb of 12th dynasty official Khnumhotep II at Beni Hassan. So that's 1900 BC, or 890 BC to be exact.
Okay, Nubian ibex. What does that mean? Do you know?
The ibex is basically the animal here.
Ibex, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's animal. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So these are possibly Canaanites.
Possibly, yes. Possibly. Most likely that's where they came from.
So the Hyksos,
that's where they.
I keep hearing a lot of different things about the Hyksos. So the Hyksos are descendants of Canaanites that lived in Egypt, as far as I know, right?
Now, Hyksos literally means ruler of foreign land. So
invaders. Okay.
When mainly when we talk about the Hyksos, it's the people who actually ruled from the Delta, and their capital was at Avaris. And they did not rule the whole country. And the people from the south, from Thebe or Waset, they kicked them out. So that's mainly who we're talking about when we say Hyksos. And yes, most likely they came from Canaan or the area, Palestine, Syro-Palestine. I mean, at some point, we have Rechenu in Medunecha for what we call, Palestine today. But a lot of time scholars use the term Syro-Palestine, So yeah, they have many reasons to believe that that's where they came from. But what we will know for sure is difficult, because that's very old. That's nearly 2000 BC. That's 4,000 years ago. But a lot of people have been, like once again, their names, and it will make sense also knowing the influence of the writings of Kemet that we find in the Bible, And for those who are not familiar with that, I can share this. Okay, hold on.
There's a lot of similarities. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot, definitely. So people should have a look at this whenever they have time. You have the biblical parallel with texts from ancient Egypt or Kemet. And just to give a few, just a quick summary. You have the Exodus 3:14 compared with the book of the heavenly cow. Exodus 20 compared with the papyrus of Ani. So basically, Exodus 20 is the Ten Commandments. The papyrus of Ani is what people call Book of the Dead. That's a misnomer, Genesis 41 and Amenhotep. And I guess those that speak the most is indeed the Ten Commandments compared with the quote unquote Book of the Dead, the papyrus of Ani. And then we have Psalm 104 and the great hymn to the Aten, you know. But people can just, in their own time have a look at this. But feel free if you have any other questions. And if people disagree, it's fine, I have no problem with that.
No, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the similarities between the ancient Kemetic, what do we want to call it, folklore and myths, and when it comes to the Bible, and yeah, the kind of stories, so like regurgitated stories, just packaged in a different way, and that's fine. Like people want to argue that they don't get it from Kemet, but I think the evidence is really out there that they really can't argue it that hard. But it's all right,
But most of our people don't even know. Many of our people don't know about these original writing, and when we try to share it, we get attacked. I mean, I got attacked for so many years, but
yeah,
the good thing today, Yarah, gave me a nice welcome, and unfortunately sometimes because from America, people kind of underestimate you and think that but by now people know my level. Butler Reggie ran from me, Boom Boom Smash Rockwell ran from me, and many other people, so now they see
you know
that,
what? You know what's so funny, Shaka? This is why I that I come over here, because I used to really F with those people. Like Reggie used to come to my channel, Sana used to come to my channel. I knew Smash Rockwell and I used to come over there, but I felt like he's really I don't want to call him pseudo, but he just be talking a lot of nonsense a lot of times. And just
he knows a bit of the meta nature, but he sometimes he makes some stuff up indeed, like once again he said that Kush is not in Nubia and that the Hyksos are fake, and that's pseudo, and he can change any day. He said that Kush is not in Nubia, and he said that the Hyksos are fake, they made that up, and
Hyksos are fake,
so that's really pseudo.
Are not, but that's the thing, this is someone who, and I've got into it with him before. This is why I don't go over to his channel, because we had an issue, I think, about Nubia. This is one of the guys that I said, when it comes to a Sudanese person, a Nubian, who comes over and wants to talk, that he didn't want to hear it, because they enjoy the fact that they can go back and forth and roundabout and do all this goofy shit. But when someone who knows the history of the people, he don't want to hear none of that. He's like, get out here, cat, fuck you, bitch. Like, that's how he treated me when I went over to his channel.
Hold on, come again. Did he tell you F you?
No, he literally didn't say that, but he was basically
okay.
he was like, get out of here. Like, I don't want to hear you. You're Sudanese. He was one of the ones that was like, you're African. Get out of here. We don't want to hear what you have to say. And I'm like, hang on. You're talking about Nubia and you're talking about Egypt and Sudan, but I can't be around. And he was like,
well, really, anybody could talk about history, regardless of where they are from.
But they don't like it, Shaka. When you're from those places, it don't make sense to them to hear you out. That's the point that I was making. Like, they don't want to hear you tell the truth and shut down a lot of the lies and the back and forth that they have, because of course, how are they going to have a channel? Because we can come on for an hour or two and just debunk all the shit that they're saying, right? But they don't want to hear that. They want to go back and forth and make it an issue and go round and round and round, because it makes for good viewing. That's the whole point of it. They don't want to get to the bottom of it and elevate and move forward so we can use that information to grow as a people. No, they want to just argue amongst themselves over and over and over again. I've had this with Reggie. Reggie, to me, I've never heard him say, when I was dealing with Reggie, he was always very much like pro-African and stuff like that. pro Kemet. I guess he might have changed his tune now. So I really don't know what he'd be doing out here.
Oh,
But the fact that
Reggie,
he fucks with Sanaa, I don't give a fuck. Sanaa ain't shit to me. Never will be shit to me. I will never go over to his channel and I will never listen to nothing. As long as he's affiliated with him, he can go and kill himself too. I don't give a goddamn, okay? And this is someone that Reggie was a friend of mine, right? We were cool. And I would never listen to him ever again as long as he deals with people that runs around this conscious community, okay? That violates, talk shit, don't stand on a goddamn thing, right? They don't have any conscious whatsoever. To them, it's all about just, like I said, with Sana, he's like I forget what the other guy said when we were up here.
Hold on, Cat. Now, 24. You wrote, why you so vulgar, Cat? 24. Don't you hang on Smash Rockwell panel and Sana the panel? How many times do they insult people? Like, what are you tripping for? But, go ahead, Cat.
Oh, sorry. Someone said I was being too vulgar. Okay, well, fuck you too. So I can be I didn't know if I could be vulgar or not over here, actually.
24, I think it's from the UK, but you don't need to tell him that.
Go and tell Sana not to be vulgar. Go and tell Smash Rockwell not to be vulgar, okay? While he's calling you all kind of N-words, bitch. Okay? I can say whatever the fuck I want, okay? This is an adult channel. As long as his kids ain't around, I'm gonna cuss a storm over here. And I don't care. Go and tell those people that you support to hold their tongue. All right.
Now, Kat, did something happen between you and hold on, between you and Judah Nas?
No. Well, I've known Judah for years. Me and Judah have had the most crazy arguments you could not even comprehend, right? He's called me all kinds of names, and I've called him, like, our latest argument, he had his daughter come up on the channel, call me an African slave and all this shit. Judah is crazy. Yeah.
His daughter called you an African slave?
Mm-hmm.
Live on air?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Maybe like a few weeks ago.
Dang, okay. Well,
he told her to say it.
Dang.
He apologized for it since, but that did actually happen. He called me all kinds of derogatory terms in terms of African. But that's what Judah is. He can get really gutted with it.
He doesn't like Africans. He called them Hamites.
He doesn't.
He's more diplomatic than the others.
He called me every kind of Hamite you can think of. I've known Judah for about 4 years now. When I tell you he's called me every kind of Hamite bitch you could think of, right? But yeah. Hey, peace.
Yeah, well, have you been in Niger? Feel free.
Hey, peace,
yeah, I'm coming 2 seconds, y'all. I'll be there 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right, no problem. All right, so first off, I want to say, to kill a cat, I never got to speak to her, but all I could say to her is, like, I wanted to say to Killer Cat, thank you, for literally yelling at Nepal for real. Because I was literally sick and tired of her bullshit. Excuse my language. And the reason why I was saying that, reason why I'm saying that to you is the fact that Nepal had the nerve to freaking lie. Hold on, where the joint at? Because she likes to play games. Because I'm so sick of people, I'm so sick of people that literally have had issues with me and E5 about what I was saying and what the Dumbo Nepal was saying, and how she was like talking about stuff involving E5 and King Gruel, and then talking about Comedicism and all that. I said, first off, okay, you are not Sekhmet. The real Sekhmet, she would be a warrior. She would not be talking. She wouldn't be ranting on YouTube. She wouldn't be calling her sisters B words. None of that. She would be swinging her blade and everything right about now. I said, Nepal, you are not Sekhmet. You are Nehebet. You are a daughter of Nehebet. You are the ultimate Nephthys. I said, you are not meant to be this warrior, but you portray yourself as this warrior. You are the lady of the house, the ultimate lady of the house. You have lied to both Shaka and V. Bennett on purpose, and you lied to Killer Cat. You lied to a lot of people about yourself being this gangster girl and want to pop off and everything. But in reality, you slept with Crips and Bloods and essays in your area. You want to know who is really patrolling everybody, including Queen's Throne? Me. From afar, watching
I'm sorry,
from
Naja.
afar.
I'm sorry, Naja. Who slept with Crips and Bloods in her area? Can you say it again?
Nepal.
How do you know? How do you know?
This is what it is. Okay, so in Crump events, right? And I'm just break this down to a science because people don't understand how crucial it is that people don't even know. So this is what I remembered when I was younger, when I was 15. When I was younger, I used to watch stuff like Blood Brothers, Animosity, every Crump DVD. And a lot of them, if not, some of them Crumpers were Christian while others studied Comedicism. There were a few Crumpers that were Muslim, but a lot of them studied Comedicism or the Bible. Me, I was the one that studied the Bible. I have analyzed things involving the Egyptian the Kemetic Netaru to the point where, when the Israelites were going crazy with the polygyny stuff in the camps, I was the one that was like, you know what? Let me take the Apocrypha because y'all are getting crazy with it. And I said, since y'all are acting crazy with it because of your forgetfulness of the destruction you're causing, one of those days, somebody is going to be the death of y'all. That somebody turned out to be Nepal. Why do I say this? How I know? Because let's be real. Me growing up in the Crump world, there were certain boundaries that I had to do, that I had to follow. For instance, I, as a person who's a Crumper, I'm not allowed to talk about, polygyny or polyamory. Why? Because they will jump you at any given time and all that type of stuff. I'm trying to avoid triggers, and stuff like that. I'm just trying to keep it PG. And then on top of that, they can't smoke or drink. And then on top of it, they cannot be LGBTQ. They cannot be. Nepal broke all three of them. Broke all three. And then wanted to bully a person in Ifa. That person that she bullied was King Brujo. King Brujo, he was the one that literally exposed Nepal for trying to be everything.
So hold on, Naja, if you don't mind. How do you know Nepal slept with Crips and Bloods? Because so far it's an allegation, How do you know she does that? She did that.
This is how. Okay, so her being from Phoenix, Arizona, there's certain Crump events in Phoenix, Arizona, and then there's, Los Angeles is the head of every Crump event. Do you know what a lot of people in every Crump event literally get their little, get their spiritual influence from? They get it from the Netaru Heru. Heru.
Oh.
Heru, and the reason why is because Heru is because he's the warrior of the light. Nepal, she said peace to the darkest minds of the light, which means she said salutations to Set or Suketh.
Okay,
Meaning
hold on,
she
Naja,
don't want.
please, hold that thought, please, Naja. 24 asked me why I didn't hit Filthy Frankie's panel when he called me out. I've been on his panel when he invited me. I destroyed the majority of his so-called scholars, including Butler Reggie, including Tazariak, who ran from me, was scared to debate. And I also gave a Medu class on his panel as well. And I've been on his panel also a few times, and that was like a year ago, So he knows very well that if you want to talk, he can come here, But as a matter of fact, he came on my platform, And he may still be heard, but when he came, I told him, F you.
Trauma and everything I've been through and not try.
Yo, check this out. Sanada, fuck you.
What you want, Sanada? Get your ass out.
But Filthy Frankie, in case you didn't know, he spoke sexually about my daughter. You didn't know that, 24? You never heard him talking sexually about my daughter? And he also apologized. Now, if you want to come here and apologize, then he can do that. I'm not even asking him to apologize, about what he said about me. I ain't losing sleep over that. But him talking sexually about my daughter, he's going to get that work in 2024.
And 24, listen, yeah, sorry, Shaka. If you think that Shaka could go over to Sarnetta's channel and get a fair shake and be able to speak freely, are you out of your goddamn mind? Okay? Yeah, he'll put him in the back, try and clown him, okay? You can't go over to Sarnetta's channel and try and get your shit off without him trying to violate you, okay? So I don't know what rock you've been under, okay? But it don't work like that. The only fair shake you can get if he wants to hit a panel somewhere else, and we don't act like goddamn pussies. He can come over here and have a conversation. Over there, it's never gonna happen. All right?
And you see, 24 wrote, I heard him say some wild things about your daughter sitting on your lap. So there it is, So why do you listen to a guy who's now? You can do what you want. You're free to, be down with him. Many people support him. You know what I'm saying? But I heard there's an investigation. Sister Nandy said so. So Sanetta will snitch on whoever he needs to snitch on. To avoid the legal troubles. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's free to do what they want.
You see what he said? He said, I've heard some shit about what Sanetta said about having your own daughter sitting on your lap. They tried to bastardize that shit and make you out to be some kind of sexual predator. They can go and fuck themselves. That's what they can do, okay? Because these are the motherfuckers that have pedophile, and sexual assault claims against them, okay? How dare they? Question a father having his
24.
daughter on his goddamn lap, you perverted little cunts. That's what you need
24. 24. You can go and listen to him then. Thank you for being here. So because you don't mind Sanetta saying disgusting thing about a child, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, you may need to reconsider, yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So he wants to sexualize your child, but when you do the same shit to him with what we can prove, now you're the bad guy.
Of course he's like that, because what do people not understand about the name Sarnetta means? See, this is the problem with Sarnetta, right? He doesn't even care to understand that him stealing the name Sarnetta, he could get off for that. And the reason why is because if you break down the name Sa in Kemeticism means sun. Netar is of the meaning of Netaru for short. Put that together, it makes Sarnetta, meaning son of the divine. Sarnetta is not son of the divine. He's not. If he were a son of the divine, he would have been Heru the child or Horus the child, but he's not.
Babe,
his actions don't say so.
Have you ever heard the story about how he came up with that name?
Well, if he ever has said the story,
just came up with it. It didn't mean a goddamn thing to him. He just
so he came up with that story. Do you know that he could really be punished by Horus for that? And do you really
he didn't even know
that
what
he
it
could get?
meant. He said he heard it somewhere, and then he decided to just put one and two together, and it just sounded
no. You don't do that. See, this is what's wrong with. And this is why people like Shaka are struggling today when it comes to worshiping the Netzeru. This is why. Because
Shaka Utmost, yeah, I forgot actually.
No, not like I'm just saying, like Shaka Utmost, he shouldn't even.
This should have been.
This should have been corrected early. You know what I'm saying? This should have been corrected early, but it wasn't corrected early. What Frankie did, and I'm just gonna say this: he should have never opened gateways. She should never open gateways. Now, Nepal, let me tell you, Nepal was supposed to be crowned in Ifa at an early age, but she did not do so. She just felt like she wanted to be everything. And King Brewer was the one who exposed that on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what it is, but Frankie, let me tell you, him doing that and how he came up with that, guess what? He's going to live up to his consequences on the scales of Ma'at when he sees them. And guess what happens? His heart is going to be devoured by Amit. And he's not going to.
He don't believe in none of that. He don't believe.
Well, if he don't believe in none of that, guess what? Them consequences are gonna come for him, because guess what? He's a dabbler and he's, fetishizing. That's against the 42 declarations of Ma'at.
Mm-hmm.
That's against the 42 declarations of Ma'at and the 42 ideals of Ma'at. So that means he broken the 42. He broke that, and he broke I have not stolen.
I would love to believe but that's the thing. I would like to believe if he was ever really in it like that. You can't break.
He don't believe in none of that stuff.
Yeah,
he don't believe in nothing.
He didn't
that
believe
he
in
says.
it. Mm.
Nothing. There's nothing about what he say that he believed in, and I think that's the underlying problem. For you can't go to him for an example of African American even. That's the problem, or anybody really on that panel.
He's a charlatan. Yeah, he's everything to everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I was listening earlier, and I could understand you, Kat, like how it's problematic, but you dealing with imbeciles and people that are opportunists. And if you deal with them, like you're going to get some history lesson, or you're expecting them to connect with you as an African or in any way, you're going to fail yourself. You're in a losing battle because they don't give a shit about themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, so they're not, they quote things, they might borrow from people's works that cared about Africa or Black people or Africans or diaspora. But they themselves don't. They just doing it for opportunistic purposes. You see? So, and then they confuse people because people go to that platform and they think like, wow, these are African Americans. They're saying black, 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 and they care. But it's the same thing like politics in any country you go to. The people that are claiming to be about the people often are not. They're often the villains in that damn country that they claim to be about the people for, and you got to know what that's like to see like different Sudanese people all claiming to be about the people and killing each other, feeding off of each other, or from any other country in the world for that matter. It's politics, and these guys are just really the worst of the worst when it comes to it, so it's sad they created a lot of division, and that's really much what their purpose is, division, period. And if they're not going to be spreading division among African Americans, they're going to be spreading it globally if they get an opportunity to do that. And as you see, they are. because a lot of people follow African Americans, listen to, have historically, just because of the issue of anti-blackness, and seeing African Americans come out of the 50s and the 60s. So a lot of people around the world been following that. But the problem is that shit has been usurped by people like this. These are like the villains in the struggle that have usurped the good ones, the good people
You know what,
that were
Veben?
killed off.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And at this point, there's nothing that African American scholars, who are the African American scholars at this point? I don't know who they are.
I mean, there's
I feel like
no such thing
dead.
as an African American scholar. There's only scholars and non-scholars.
Well,
You see what I mean?
I know, but no, those are specific, especially the ones that we want to celebrate. Like, I don't think that's fair to say. Like, there's no African American scholars. Those that actually focus on.
Yeah, because none of those scholars, none of the people that are attributed to that, they wouldn't want you to look at them as African American scholars anyway. They would want you to look at them as maybe Black scholars, African scholars, if anything. You see what I mean? Like Chancellor Williams, and they didn't do all of that work because they wanted you to see them as African American scholars. Just like Sheikh Anta Diop didn't do all his work because he wanted you to see him as a Senegalese scholar. You see what I mean? He could care if he was doing it for all of his people, all of them across the region that needed to know that information.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe
right. You see what I mean? Like, so I think sometimes it becomes like a little. It's difficult, but it is it does become problematic in some way, because when we start looking at it in terms of nationality, that becomes like colonialism again. The very thing that took everything
it's
from
not nationality. Like, okay, well, I could say, okay, there's African scholars, there's American scholars, right? British scholars. All of them are part of the diaspora of, like, but they're all Black.
Right, but if they're doing their job right, it wouldn't even matter where they're from.
Well, they've done their job really well, okay, because the information that we have, that we're privy to now, is that information that we never had 50 years ago.
Right, but what I mean is, like,
today, I'm just wondering, like, where do we go from now? Like, where are the scholars today? Who are the people now that I can tell my kids to read?
Well, I think the ones from, like, people like Sheikh Anta Diop and people like Dr.
No, but
Ben.
but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. We're going back again 20,
no,
30
wait.
years. I'm saying, like,
Dr. Ben is still alive. Dr. Ben is still alive,
Hold on. But
yeah, if he writes a book, I appreciate it. But who are the scholars of today?
No. But listen,
that's one of them. Dr. Ben is one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Dr. Ben is like 8 years
old. Hold on. I'm sorry. Please, let me. Please, I'm sorry. Hold on, one moment. Just acting. I didn't read the whole thing, but he wrote, "This Shaka dude is such a clown. He blocks people from the chat." Boom. Get on the panel. Come up. Get on the panel. Go ahead. I'm sorry about this. Get on the panel.
What I was going to say is, like,
yeah, get on the panel. Don't be talking all that shit in the goddamn chat. Hit the link. Okay, it's free. Hit the link and talk your shit.
When Sheikh Anta Diop was doing his work, he was doing work to usurp another narrative, and the narrative was Africans, i.e. Black people, didn't contribute to shit. You see, and that's no longer needed. They've already turned the face of science. There's Europeans and people all over the world that give them credit for their work now. You see what I mean? It's been accepted as valid. They've done their job. They've proven their point. So now at this point, we don't need to simply just rely on, like, a Black scholar or African scholar. We just need to rely on people that are really interested in the work they're doing.
V. Bennett, I think you're being a bit disingenuous now. Even Black or American Black want to argue the facts about the contributions of Africans in America. I see it every day. They want to talk shit about Africans okay, and about their lineage and how they influenced American.
Who's they? Kat?
No,
When you
but
say they,
hold on,
who are you talking
Shaka.
about?
Wait a second. No, Shaka, wait a second. But see, this is pseudo. And the thing about
It
it
is
is that
pseudo, but it's
hold on,
going
hold on.
around.
But listen, pseudo is not American thing. It's not an African American thing. Everywhere you look in the diaspora, from the continent inward and out, there is all types of pseudo. All types that's problematic. That's there to usurp your identity.
So so hang on. So it's not
History.
pseudo that you have African Americans claiming to be indigenous to
Hold on.
America.
Well, yeah,
There's
hold on,
no,
hold on.
there's no.
No, I
hang
didn't
on.
say
Hang on,
that.
let me ask
I
you this.
said I said
Claiming
it is
so
pseudo.
it is
Here's the
okay.
comparison.
Well,
Here's the comparison, though.
so no,
See,
there is a lot of comparison because there's a lot of examples that I'm going to bring up to you, right? And then we can talk about if they're pseudo or not.
but here's the
There's
comparison.
pseudo people
In
everywhere.
America,
Let
Hang
me
on.
just say this, please. Hold on.
there
In
is pseudo
Africa, you have
everywhere.
some black people who believe, who claim that this descent from Prophet Muhammad. You know, but feel free.
Exactly. There's pseudo everywhere.
Exactly. Descendant of Prophet Muhammad, right? Number one. Prophet of an Israelite. Number two. Of
Prophet
the
from a
Moors.
Christian.
Of the Moors. Exactly. Of the Christians. Now you want to claim you're indigenous, right?
No, but here's the
Now you
thing.
want to claim FBA or the ADOS movement or all these different things. This is why I'm
Right.
saying in America, there's a lot of different ideologies, right? That are pseudo.
Worldwide, there's pseudo
But what's the
ideologies.
point, though? Because
No,
I'm not.
there is Shaka. There isn't. Tell me another nation that has as many especially amongst a very small proportion of people that have this kind of all this confusion. Give me one more. Give me one example right now.
Hold on.
Well, in England, you have the Black Hebrew Israelites as
Anywhere
well.
in the world. Anywhere in the world.
Everywhere in the world, they have
In
the
England,
not
you have
gonna
Black
find
Hebrew
any
Israelites.
example of it.
You have-
No,
you
you're
have-
not.
Yes, you do. You have ISUPK
Where? All right.
in England.
You have
You didn't.
you have
didn't know
that. You also have New Wabians.
Yes.
You
Oh,
have
you're gonna throw a few more.
Then on top of that,
all right.
Okay, so
No,
this
but,
is what it
but
is.
hold on.
Like,
Pseudo is just
Give
pseudo.
me
Here's-
another example of a more confused nation of people than this.
No, hold on. Listen,
You're not gonna
look.
name one.
But hold on, I'm
Kat,
gonna name
are you
one.
saying
I'm gonna
that
name one.
African
But Kat,
Americans
hold on, Shaka. Hold on. Because she's asking a question, and what I'm saying is all you got to do is look around the globe and find some black people, and you will see pseudo every single place.
And I'm saying to you, that's wrong.
Right?
Where? Tell me somewhere. Listen,
What do you mean
sweetheart,
that's wrong?
I'm not in your backyard. I'm from Europe. I've traveled all around this world. Okay.
But okay, so name a place there's not. Name a place there's not pseudo.
Everywhere. All over Africa and Europe. Don't tell me about I don't know what I'm talking about. You probably never
But
left.
hold on, no,
the United
you're
States.
saying that there's
Now
no
you
pseudo
tell
in Sudan?
me- Yeah. I said
You're
tell
saying there's
me.
no pseudo in Sudan?
I didn't say pseudo. Okay.
Okay.
I
Or
asked you a
confused?
specific question. Name another group of people that have all these different ideologies amongst them. Okay. Confusion. Name another.
I have the
group of
example
people.
for you.
Hold on, are you saying another group of
yes,
people
it's
outside of
pseudo,
African American?
Yeah, it's pseudo.
Are you saying
but-
outside of African American? Or are you
Yes.
saying outside of black
Also,
people, African
yeah.
people?
But there it is.
Outside of outside
there
of
it is.
America.
But Kat,
Hold on.
there's no
please.
Kat,
You know
there's
what?
no
If you
plus or
can't answer the
minus.
question, just leave it
There's,
alone.
it's just an equal.
Hold
No,
No.
Kat, it's an equal amount of pseudo wherever you find black African people. Period.
No, it's not.
It's an
No,
equal
it's
amount.
not. No,
It's just a
not.
matter.
I said,
let me read this.
give
Let
me
me
an
read this.
example then.
Let me read this. Let me read this, please. I'll share the link
Everywhere
in
they're
the chat.
killing each
David
other.
No,
Ike.
you
Check this out.
finish. Shut the hell up.
Check this out. David Ike is an English conspiracy theorist and a former football. Oh, dang.
Oh
You
my
know him.
God, not
That's why you're
Ike.
laughing.
No.
There it is.
South
He has
Africa.
written over 20 books, self-published since the mid-90s, and
Oh my
spoken in more than 25 countries. Now,
Super
in 19
conspiracy theorist. Oh my God.
Well, there we go. So, is he pseudo or not?
It depends. I don't know.
that is not no depends.
Okay,
That
well, let me continue. Let me continue then.
No
Let me
depending.
continue. In 1990, Ike visited a psychic who told him he was on Earth for a purpose and will receive messages from the spirit world. This led him to claim in 1991 to be a son of the good head and that the world will soon be devastated by tidal waves and earthquakes. He repeated this on the BBC show Wogan. His appearance to the public, led to public ridicule. Books Ike wrote over the next 11 years developed his worldview of a New Age conspiracy, reactions to his endorsement of an anti-Semitic fabrication, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion in the Roberts Rebellion, 1994, and The Truth Shall Set You Free, 1995, led his then publisher to decline further books. He has self-published since then. I contends that the universe consists of vibrational energy and infinite dimensions sharing the same space. He claims that there is an interdimensional race of reptilian beings, the Archons, I'm not sure if you pronounce it Archons or Archons, or Anunnaki, which have hijacked the earth. Further, a genetically modified human Archon hybrid race of reptilian shaped shifters, the Babylonian Brotherhood, Illuminati, or elite manipulate events to keep humans in fear so that the Archons can feed off the resulting negative energy. He claims that many public figures belong to the Babylonian Brotherhood and propel humanity towards a global fascist state, new world order, a post-truth era, and in freedom of speech. He sees the only way to defeat such occultic or enchantic influence is for people to wake up to the truth and fill their hearts with love. Critics have accused Ike of being anti-Semitic and a Holocaust denier with his theories of reptilians serving a deliberate code. So I think I read enough. He's extremely pseudo. But you know what's interesting?
But hold on. But when you
on YouTube,
are you saying
hold on, I just want to say this specific. When he went live on YouTube, he had a record of viewers. Go ahead, VB.
Yeah, well, I just want to clarify something. When we're saying pseudo, are we saying pseudo science? Is that what we're saying? Because if you ask me, there's loads of people worldwide that operate on something that is not science at all, not scientifically proven, nothing of that. It's total belief. Total belief. You see, so that's what I'm.
V. Bennett, there's no such thing as pseudoscience. Either you're pseudo or you're scientific. You can't be pseudo-scientific. That doesn't even work. That doesn't even make sense.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not my term. I didn't make the term up. It's just what you hear.
I'm going to say to you, it don't make no goddamn sense. Either you're pseudo or you're scientific. To be scientific means that you've gone through the,
people use that term, pseudoscientific. People use that term.
You've gone through the process and you've come to.
It means faith.
That can't be pseudo, right? Pseudo is someone that just has an idea that they.
Okay, so you mean not scientific?
You can't be pseudo-scientific. Yeah,
so you mean not scientific? I get it. That's the whole globe, and that problem that's created a lot of problems across the globe.
Well, don't let people say it then. Like I just said, this is the thing. This is what I don't understand. As soon as you hear someone say something stupid like that, you have to shut that shit down. Like, why are you letting someone get away with saying that something is pseudo-scientific when it makes absolutely no sense?
You know what?
Hold on. Please. Let me say this. Hold on, please, Bennett. This is the University of Sydney. I've shared the link in the chat. Right? Pseudo-scientific thinking. Even the University of Sydney uses that.
Yeah, I don't get Chat's point on that, but I'm just saying, if that's her point.
What does it say about?
Hold on. You asked the question. I get your question because you qualified it by making your statement. So I get you. You don't have to be 100% correct for me to get you, right? You see that word as something you don't get. Fine. I don't care if it's real or not. That's not my word. I didn't invent it. I just want to understand what the point was. But here's the thing. Across the globe, there's people operating on something else other than science and have no problem with it. Now, that problem has caused a whole lot of damage to people. So for me, if somebody wants to believe in something, it's legal to believe. You could believe in aliens.
You can believe in anything you want.
Hold on. You could believe in aliens. That's been going on for a time. people have believed in Muhammad. Nobody stopped them. It's not a crime. You see, people can believe. So what am I going to do by telling some dude he can't believe he's a Moor, as dumb as it is? You see what I mean?
But
So that's
it
not really.
is, but Bennett, there's a
Hold
difference
on, but that's not
between
really the
belief and
problem.
yeah, there's a difference between belief. Right? Belief is just having faith in something that is true, right? That's what belief is. Science
It
is something that
is.
we can prove to be true. You know,
Right,
there's a
but
difference
under
there.
right, but this is what it is. There's things involving beliefs that some of it stems, if not a lot of it stems from certain types of myths. But underneath that myth lies a fact and an underlying theme, which is what a lot of people who are pseudo try to twist around on purpose to try to gaslight people. And I'm saying this because of the fact that people like Frankie Gary and Nepal, and in case King Kong Messenger forgot, I got the paper right here. This shows proof of. Hold on, let me just show. This shows proof of.
Vivi, you want to take the private chat, please? Go ahead, Niger.
Okay.
This is the paper, right? This is the paper that I wrote down of the if I read it that I had for $9,000. They told me I owed them $9,000 when it was not true. It was a prime example of pseudo harassment. It wasn't even until Nepal came on Judah's panel and Lex Vortex said, "We from the streets," which is hence why it's said on the bottom right here. On the bottom right there. Can y'all see that?
Can't read it.
It's okay, so this is what it is in the bottom. It says here, and since people can't read my handwriting, it says 510 de Logun. Ma fe fun oshun ocha ofun, which is Lukumi, 510 is the Orisha Oshun Ibu Yumu, the path of Orisha Oshun Ibu Yumu. They were trying to initiate me into that, which I refused in my gut because I knew that I ain't did none of wrong. They were just trying to say that I was dabbling or whatever. Then they had the nerve to say house is spiritually dirty, must be cleaned and washed with water, ammonia, and herbs from Botanica, must clean with 2 white doves and 2 white pigeons, red feather on the head at all times. That I found to be BS because I don't have that hair texture. Then they said I had to pay, huh?
So hang on. So are you talking about Orisha, like the religious practice Orisha?
Yes.
And they were saying, yeah.
It wasn't just they. It was a few people that claimed to be indigenous, but they didn't understand their practice. They did not understand it. Let me tell you, Killer Cat. Do you know I had to leave that Ile after one of the women squatted in Zarabanda's palo pot, which led her to be cursed? Why? Because she thought that she was gonna get wealth, but in turn, she ended her life then and there. Why? Because she believed she was believing in pseudo stuff. So, anywho, at the bottom, right, of the paper that I wrote down, right, this is what it quoted. And I wrote down the quote. It said, "We are all evolved once we feed on the streets of Elegua, Ogun, El Shosi." Elegua, he is the trickster that rules over the crossroads. Ogun, he's the one
I'm sorry, Naja, I'm sorry, I apologize. I just wanted to tell everybody that V Bennett will go live because I'm gonna have to end this live stream. But in less than 2 hours, it will go live. You have the link in the chat, so make sure to tune in and we can continue the discussion over there. All right. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to make my closing remarks. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue. I stay fast. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not think right. Do I do right? Hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay, so those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video Kemet and Ma'at before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Nature class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.